Happy almost New Year's! Do you need a fantastic recipe to take to somebody's house or just to make one in your own home to make you feel like you're doing something special for the New Year's? Well, I've got a delicious baked brie for you that you're gonna love for this new year. So, what you need is a wheel of baked brie, walnuts, and some delicious fig jam. And I really love the golden fig jam because the colors are perfect. I feel like Christmas, Hanukkah, red, blues, those colors, we're done with those. We need stuff that's gold and silver and white, something to really bring in the new year, which is why I've picked this awesome fig jam. Now, all you've got to do is first, we want to roast the walnuts. So take a handful of walnuts, not too many, especially depending on how big your baked brie is. And then we're going to sprinkle it with a little bit of olive oil. Easy, right? And then we're going to take a little salt, pinch it over the walnuts, toss it together, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put them onto a tray. Now, my tray is really dark, which you're going to have to just make sure that all of the walnuts are rotated pretty frequently because otherwise they'll get really dark brown and almost black on the bottom, and we really don't want that. So you want to do a 325-degree oven for about 5 or 10 minutes. And again, you want to just move them around and toss them together, and that way they'll be brown on all sides. So we're going to put that in the oven. And then what you're going to do, move that aside, is you're going to take your baked brie. And again, super simple recipe. Let's get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. So we take our brie and we open it up. And it usually comes in like a nice white paper, craft paper, or sometimes this gold, beautiful paper. Now, I know that some of you have run into this problem where you'll see a little bit of it that looks like paper. That's actually still just rind, so leave that alone. So next what you want to do is take your brie, it's not baked yet of course, and then you're going to take your paring knife and you're going to score the brie, right? So scoring, you're going to make 3 simple lines, and if your brie is bigger then you're going to do actually more lines, but you want to do 3 lines across the top, and you only want to go in about 1/2 centimeter, 1 centimeter. So all you're doing is you're cutting the rind. You know, you're really getting in there and cutting the rind. And then what you're going to do is you're going to rotate the brie, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to make 3 more cuts. And that's called scoring. And this allows the brie to stay intact. Sometimes when you bake brie, the rind gets all puffy and it looks a mess. And anyway, this will keep it flat. And it will actually allow the brie to come up through the rind, which is super delicious. Now, you're going to take your fig jam and you're going to spoon it right over the top of the brie, right? So simple. And you don't want to go all the way to the outsides, the edges of the brie, and that's because the fig jam is so sugary. If it goes over the sides, you're actually going to burn, it'll burn on the pan. So you want to try and keep it into the middle as much as possible of the brie. So then after that, wipe my finger, then we're going to take, no, that's it. Fantastic. So then what you do is you take your cookie sheet, take your brie, put it on top, throw it in a 400-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. I would say more on the 20-minute side just because it cooks really fast, but just, you know, see what works best for you. So then after that, dun-dun-dun, with the magic of TV, we pull out our baked brie. Now the one thing that you want to make sure that you do is not overcook it, because what happens is once baked brie is too hot, it actually separates and you get like this puddle of oil on the bottom. So you want to make sure that it's warm and cooked and hot and soft in the middle, but not overly warm. And then after that, you're going to let it cool. So you need to do this about, let's say if it's taking 20 to 25 minutes before for it to cook, then you need to cook it at least 35 minutes before your guests arrive. So 20, 25 minutes, and then another 10 to 15 minutes. And that way, the brie will have time to cool a little bit, because I cannot even tell you how hard it is to cut into a brie that's overly warm. Anyway, super simple. Then once this is cooled down a little bit, you take your awesome spatula. Where's my spatula? Okay, you take your spatula and you just lift it up. And of course, you want to make sure that you put your brie onto a non-stick cookie sheet, and that way you won't have the brie stick to the cookie sheet, right? So then you want to get as big a spatula as possible. Let's see if I can get this. It's still pretty warm. So move that aside. Then we take this. Uh-oh, I better get 2 spatulas. Improvise. All right, sometimes, so you take your other spatula, especially if you're in a hurry, you slip it underneath, and then you put it onto your presentation, your beautiful presentation, and voila. And I have to tell you, I really love these crackers that have like almonds and cherries and whole grain and dark and really crunchy. And it just adds an extra, I don't know, pizzazz to your baked brie. And then last but not least, top it with your toasted walnuts. And you can chop them up or you can leave them whole, but I kind of love the way they look when they're whole. So anyway, voila, easy peasy, right? Baked brie. Oh wait, did I say? Yeah, I got everything. All right, you guys, Happy New Year's.